Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. You all can see the screen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good
You all can see
afternoon.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
I just want to zoom in. Okay. Is it okay for you? You're comfortable with this projection?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So today we have discussed last class about stationarity, and now we are discussing about the correlation function. So followed by this correlation function, we are discussing about ergodic random process. So let us have some discussion about this correlation and then move on to the concepts. Okay, so what actually this correlation is? So actually correlation, right? And there is one more word we have called covariance. Okay, both are similar. It's actually the extended version of let us say that covariance and correlation, like similar we have. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is uh, whenever we have any system, okay, whenever we have any system we have which is designed, or which we call it as we call modeling, right? Any system we do, any model we develop, let us say this model can be finding temperature, okay, or let us say predicting market, okay, and or you are trying to say, let us say, predicting the value of rupee, right, or predict the value of dollar, or let us say predicting the stock market. All that predictions has to be done. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to develop this model, right? So this model, what I'm trying to do is for this time domain, let us say for this time is, let us say I am doing it on 15 6:21 for today. At this time, let us say 2:25 p.m. So this model I am designed. Now whether, how can I say that this model what I have designed at this point of time is been working fine in the past, I should know, and it works fine in future. Can you say this? It works fine in the past, it should work fine in the future also. So that's what anyone has to test. So anyone is doing research or anything, right? They'll have some model with them, which means some predictions they have. Some predictions we have with some random variables and some random process. They'll take this and they'll design this corresponding model, and they'll tell, like, let us say I'm trying to do a system for finding temperature. I'll tell like at this point of time my model is working fine. It is showing centigrade around 31 degrees centigrade. It will show. Now somebody else will come, some other client will come. Some other client will ask me, I don't want degree centigrade, I want a foreign heat, right? So like this they have the requirement. So this project will go to some software company, right? And now this software company, what they should do, they need to check. They have system analysis, they'll have, okay, they'll have network analysis, they'll have, okay, analyst, system analyst we have, okay, and network analyst they have, and they have data scientists they'll have. Now all together have a team meeting and state that whether this system is working fine or not. First thing you let me know. Now they need to check it whether it's working fine, whether it will work fine in future also. They'll check it because we know, right, we have a problem with 2K. Like when you have 1999, all systems are working fine. It came to 2000 because they have 19, it is common, 1901 up to 1999. But all computers doesn't understand what is this 2000. They didn't kept it. They forgot that problem. So 2K problem we have. Okay, yeah, leaving that. Now what is the concept here is, I just want to know whether the system what I have developed is going to work fine in future also. How can I say it's going to work in fine in future? Provided the system what I have designed should be a linear system. If it's linear in time, I can able to say. If it is non-linear, I cannot able to say right now with this context. So what is we need to understand here is, what we are trying to do is all about your linear systems, not the non-linear systems. So linear systems, we can predict the future. How do we predict the future? We should have some kind of inputs. Some inputs. Let us say I ask you a question. Virat Kohli will score how many runs? This is a question. Sir, what is this question, sir? Number of runs, it's okay. Whether it's test match, whether it's T20, right? And whether it is one day ODI, what is this input? You should tell me. Second is, you should tell me like which country they are playing in. They are playing with Aussies, or they are playing with New Zealand or England, which country they are playing, and where they are playing. They are playing in India or overseas. Correct? So they are playing in India, or they are playing in out of India. And again, what questions you'll ask me? Whether he'll play as opener, or one down. And one more question, what you'll ask me? What you can ask me? You are playing first batting or second batting. These many things are there here in the model. It's a complicated model. Correct? Any one of the input parameters, if you know, then you can predict this value. Correct? And also you should know what is the score in the previous 4 matches. I'll take average of this one plus first match, second match, third match, fourth match. I'll do the average of it divided by 4. I'll get the mean value. I'll get the answer. You will tell me. Right? And similarly, you'll find the sigma x square or sigma x. You'll find the variance. Variance means what? If the mean value is 49, let us say the variance is around 20, which means plus or minus 49. You can say 49 plus or minus 20. You can say, which means it can be value from 39. It can go up to 49, 59, 69. It will go up to. So this is the range of the score what he can score. So it's all statistics. Everything what we do is all statistics, right? Even if you know the statistics, you can able to predict the market and you can able to function that. So this is all about your correlation. When you are checking only with respect to yourself, it is autocorrelation. Okay. And when you are comparing with the other person or other variable, it is cross correlation. Just very simple. Whenever you are predicting the values of x and with x itself, let us say this is the time scale. This is x. If this x value, we have something called x1 here at corresponding time t1, and this is called x2 value at corresponding time t2. I am verifying this one with this one, then we can call it as autocorrelation. Okay, and we have the same value like this here. Two things are there here. This is the capital X value and this is capital Y value. Let us say it can be same time or different time. We don't know. T1. Let us say here it is T2. So this value is, let us say Y1. This value is X1. I am comparing these two values, which will become cross. This will become auto. Are you understanding it? The basic difference of autocorrelation and cross correlation. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now next thing is what, sorry. Now next thing is you need to add them and multiply them. So what is this? You need to add the signals. The signal you need to add with next signal. So you need to add them or you need to multiply them. So autocorrelation. Here also you need to add them or you can multiply them. So that's the concept what we are looking at. The complete thing what we are trying to do here is what some concept completely you should keep in your mind only one thing, whether what system I have designed here, what I have modeled here, okay, the system what I have modeled here, will it work fine in future? Will it work fine in future or not? So this is what we are going to check. To check this only we are trying to do correlation. Right? As I told you, like Virat Kohli, how much score he'll do, I asked you, right? So in that you told test ODI, all that, right? So this is the input for you. This is a corresponding input for you to predict this value. Similarly, for this to predict this correlation value, we need covariance. This covariance is like acting as an input. Based on this covariance, you tell what is the relation of that in future, whether it will work fine or not, you're going to tell. All this is clear for you. Shall we begin now? So this is the background what I would like to suggest you to read or understand. That's the concept what you should know. Okay, let us go into the concepts of correlation. So you have seen the random process initially, all that we are discussing, and it's not scanned properly. That's why I didn't upload it. Once it if I scan properly, this I'll upload it again. I don't know where the mistake happened. It's not clear. I'm not happy with the quality of this, so I'm waiting for the next copy to scan it. I'm not finding time. Today I'll do it. Okay.
No issues, sir.
Yeah, fine. So this is the stationarity part we have discussed. Let us moving on to correlation. This is an interesting concept, but at the same time, you need to know this is one of the important question. Stationarity. You should know wide sense stationarity and strict sense stationary. All that. See the system. What I wrote maybe straight line. Maybe I'll write slant, but not this much slant. Okay, but the system has taken it like that, right? Okay. So correlation functions. Let us see this one here. So we discussed two types of correlations. What are they? Autocorrelation, we call it as ACF, is not anti-corruption force, right? It is autocorrelation function. Autocorrelation function and cross-correlation function. Wherever you have only one random process, you see this one here, I told example, right? One random process we have. Only one, one random process we have. Only one random process. You see this one, X is only one single random process. Only one random process, but whereas here it is 1, it is 2. Now check the definition. Defined for any one random process. If you are taking only one random process, then we can call it as autocorrelation. If you are taking two different random process, we call it as cross correlation. Okay, so let us see what is first one, ACF, autocorrelation function. Let us try to understand. Autocorrelation function for the random process x of t is defined as, so what is this random process, right? So for the autocorrelation, we use the denotation called r x of tau. 1 second. You check this one, just a minute. So this is what we wrote, right? So this is what we wrote. This is x. Okay. So this corresponding time t1, this corresponding time is t2. If we find the difference of this time t2 and t1, we can get tau. So this is tau. We'll call it as tau to read it, tau. Okay. So this we can also write like this, tau. This is also same. This is also tau. You understood the difference? So this is your tau. Okay. Or you can write like this also, tau. So both are same. I use this notation. If you don't like this, you use this notation. No issues. Okay. So this actually, this is the tau, which is equals to t2 minus t1. So which means you are trying to find out the correlation between these two things. So that's why I am writing here the denotation R. R denotes for autocorrelation. For which variable I am trying to use the autocorrelation? For the variable x. So I am going to write x as suffix. and for the corresponding difference between T2 and T1, so I am writing like this. So this autocorrelation function we can write as what? R suffix x of tau. So this way you can write, or you can also write like this, R suffix x of tau. Slightly like this you can write. Okay, so that's what the denotation here is, not Z. Don't get confused with this. Sometimes if I write like this, it looks like Z. Okay, it's not Z. So this is Z. Okay, this is tau. So this one is correct. So don't use this. Yeah. Okay. So R of tau is very simple. What is this? See, very simple. I'll tell you. I'll make it simple to you. Don't worry. Right. So you have the graph like this, autocorrelation. You are trying to plot. So this is for time t1, this is for time t2. Let us say at this point of time, I am trying to find something. So this can be your x of e of x, expectation of x. So this can be expectation of x plus t, because let us say this time is t, the difference of this. We also wrote that, right? So t will be equals to t2 minus t1. If you write tau, this also equals to t2 minus t1, whatever. If you write this also, tau t2 minus t1. So you need to find out this one, right? So that's what we wrote. Sorry, x of t and x of t plus tau. One second. X of t and x of t plus tau. So what notation they have used here is what? T and tau. So based on that you check here. So this one they are not used. They are used tau. Okay. So what to write? X of t into x of t plus tau. For this corresponding thing, we are trying to find the expectation. Okay, so that's what your expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau. Where t and tau are arbitrary values, they can change. It cannot, now I tell t1, tomorrow it can be t2. Next time I'll take t3. Anywhere in the process I'll take the random variable. So that's why this t and tau are arbitrary. What is this arbitrary meaning? Let us say in this graph, I have taken a t1 here now. Somebody may take here t2. Someone may take here t1. This is also t1. I have taken here. Sai Smaran has taken here. Kshiraj has taken here. Right. Now, if I take this value correspond, and t2 value is somewhere here. In this case, this value of difference is this much. Second case, the difference is this much. Third case, the difference is very less. So this is also tau. So this is also tau, this is also tau. So that's why their values are arbitrary values, which we are not constant values, arbitrary values we have. Okay. Next, autocorrelation function gives a correlation of signals x of t and its delay version x of t plus tau. Okay. So based on that, we are trying to define the autocorrelation function. And now what is the property of autocorrelation? Let us see. First property. Autocorrelation function is a function of time difference, tau equals to t2 minus t1. That's what we know, right? What is tau? So tau we know it. So tau is actually t2 minus t1. So this you keep in your mind, because everywhere when you're trying to write tau, we understand that as t2 minus t1. Okay. So this function is actually autocorrelation function property is what? It's a time difference of tau equals to t2 minus t1, and it is also independent of time. So this is also an independent system. It's an independent system. First point. What about next? Autocorrelation function is an even function. It is not odd function, which means you take it r x of tau minus tau equals to is an even function. When it is even function, we know it rx of minus tau is equals to rx of tau. Let us say tau is actually difference, right? So t2 minus t1 is the difference. Okay. If you take this t1 minus t2, then you'll get the negative value. If it is t1 is 5 and this is 2, so 5 minus 2 you get 3, and this one is 2 minus 5, it will become how much? Minus 3 it will become. So this is a difference, that's all. Okay, it's an even function. So negative value also, it's like positive value only. When if you want to find whether it is autocorrelated or not, if you check this property, it's matching, then we can claim it's as an autocorrelation function. Okay, and next one, third property. if x of t is periodic with time t and Rx of z is also periodic with t. So let us say this function, when the graph what we have seen, this is x of t function. If this x of t, this is a graph what we have got. Let us say if this function is periodic, how to find periodic? X of t equals to x of t plus tau, right? Then we can say like Rx of t equals to Rx of t plus tau. Then this property is matching. If this is periodic, x is periodic, then the corresponding autocorrelation also periodic. Is it clear? If the elder brother is good, younger one also is good. So the properties of a same parents and same child, right? So like that, it will inherit by itself. So that's what it is. If x of t is periodic, and t is also periodic. If okay, I think no more examples required. It's clear. Fine. Yeah, that's what it means. If x of t plus t equals to x of t, Rx of tau plus t equals to Rx of tau. So this is matching, right? So this is, if it is periodic, x of t is periodic, autocorrelation is also periodic. Now, in case if this time difference is 0, let us take, I am taken the time difference here, I have taken first value, and same place I have taken again same first value, same. So this tau value is 0. Then what will happen? The tau value is 0, what will happen? This Rx of 0 will be equals to expectation of x square of t. Okay, expectation of x square of t. This already we have seen, right? Expectation of x square of t we have seen. So expectation of x square of t is what? Sigma x square plus mu x square. So this function we know it from the first module, expectation of x square. We have to find the standard deviation square plus mean square. Okay. Next, fifth property, Rx of 0 represents average power. When I try to mention this one as 0, that will be acting like an average power of a signal. So this point, if it is tau value, if the tau value is equals to 0, so this is going to indicate the average power of the signal. That's the property of this. And next, Rx of tau is a maximum value at tau equals to 0. That is, Rx of 0 is greater than Rx of tau. What is the meaning of this? Any one of you? Rx of tau is a maximum value at tau equals to 0, which means what is the value of that tau, which is maximum value, which means if you have a graph like this, okay, this corresponding value at tau equals to 0, let us say this is the corresponding maximum peak value. Okay, that's about your autocorrelation. Now let us look at a problem on autocorrelation. Check this one. So Rx of tau equals to expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau. This statement is clear. So this is the formula for autocorrelation. Rx of tau equals to expectation of x of t into expectation of x of t plus tau. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we need to prove this, whether it's an even function or not, we need to know. How can you claim that it's an even function is what we are trying to ask you. Which means you need to find out Rx of tau equals to Rx of minus tau. As we told, right, in the properties here, well said in third property or fourth property, it's an even function, second property. Rx of minus tau equals to Rx of tau we wrote because it's an even function. Now let us try for that, whether it is even function or not, we are trying to prove. So prove that autocorrelation function is even function. So this is the question. Prove that autocorrelation function is even function. So we know that Rx of tau equals to expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau. From this equation, we know that if you want to prove that as even signal, so Rx of tau is said to be even function, we need to satisfy the second equation. If Rx of minus tau equals to Rx of tau, then we can say that it's an even function. Now how to do that? So this we are trying to find out Rx of minus tau, correct? Because Rx of tau or Rx of minus tau both are same. Expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau we have. Now t minus tau we are taking. Okay. So what is this? You know, I'll tell you 1 second. Just carefully listen carefully here. Now you watch carefully this diagram. This is something here. Okay. So this is actually T1, or let us say this is T1, T0 we make it, and T2. What they are trying to say here is, sorry, I have not drawn correctly. Yes, here I'll correct this. Okay, now look carefully. So this was the time difference tau, correct? So this is minus tau, which means let us say this T0 is 5 and this T1 is 10. So difference of this value is what? Okay, I'll talk about this one later, this little point of time. Here, this 15, let us say, for time being, to understand. This is T2. Now what we are trying to do, we are trying to find out the autocorrelation of T1 and T2. So this difference we are trying to find. The difference is plus 5. Okay, and now this is plus tau. Now this is minus tau. This minus 5, you get the difference. Okay, which means from the point what you have mentioned on the graph, that is T, let us say, you go this side minus tau times, or you go this side plus tau times, I'm going to get same, is what autocorrelation says. Okay, you go from this point you go towards this side plus 1 step, or towards this side you go minus 1 step, you're going to get same. That's the property of it. So that's what we are going to check. You understood this? So where before for this one, plus if you wrote here, we are going to get the expectation of this one as x of t into x of t plus tau we wrote. Now for this side, minus side, expectation of x of t into x of t minus tau we should write. Correct? Here it is minus, so we wrote minus sign here. Here it is plus, we wrote plus sign here. Okay, that's simple as that. That's what equation 3. Now carefully watch here. So t dash, let us say, equals to t minus tau. So t dash equals to t minus tau. Then what will happen for this t? T dash equals to t minus tau. What is t then? Correct? Yeah. So now as per that, t equals to t dash plus z, if based on this. Now we check here, Rx of tau, this remains same here. This one, what is t value here? T is t dash plus z, so we wrote t dash plus z. Now what is this t minus tau? T dash, so t dash we wrote. Can we interchange this and write x of t dash into x of t plus tau? So this acting as same. So we can say that is an even function. Yes or no? Minus here we have plus, so both are matching. Equation 4 is same as equation 1. So by comparing equation 4 and 1, we can write Rx of minus tau equals to Rx of tau by simple taking this t dash equals to t minus tau. So which means we have a graph here. So this at this point it is t. Okay, so take minus tau values of that. So this is t dash. Okay, how to write this t? T equals to t dash minus tau. Okay, correct? Or sorry. So t dash equals to this one. If you want to find t dash equals to, this is t. T minus tau is t dash. T dash equals to t minus tau. Okay. Now what will happen for the t then? T equals to what? T dash plus tau. Any doubt in this? At this point, if you want to find this t, you should know this t dash value 5. This tau is also 4, let us say. So t equals to 5 plus 4. What is this 5? T dash. What is this 4? Tau. It is 9. What about this one? T dash is t minus tau. We got t value as 9 minus tau value as 4. It is 5. So that is t dash. With this function, you can able to say that. So this is your even function. Now once I'll share you the notes, you can check this next problem. Random loss x of t with period t. Prove that autocorrelation also is periodic with time. So we told one property here, right? Third property, it is periodic, we told, right? So you have this kind of problems in your signals and systems, if I'm not wrong, whether it's periodic or non-periodic, if you want to say, right? So this problem we can able to find out that way easily. Here also very simple, what we did, x of t equals to x of t plus tau is what we have taken, and we know rx of tau, second equation straight away. Replace this tau value by tau plus t. Replace this tau value by tau plus t. Now what will happen? Equation 1 is what? X of t is x of t plus t. Okay. So then x of t plus capital tau is x of t plus tau is. So increment the value of this plus by tau. So based on that, we get this expression. Rx of tau plus t equals to x of t is same. And then what about this one? T plus tau plus t, t plus tau plus t, it is t plus tau. Okay, based on that we can able to say that Rx of tau equals to Rx of t plus t. So based on that we can say that it's an autocorrelation function. Okay, and to catch up this autocorrelation function we need to know autocovariance. Okay, so what is this autocovariance? Which is having non-zero mean, which is not having the mean value as 0, then its autocovariance is defined as, if that value of the mean is not 0, then we can define its value in this way. So this given by covariance, right? So Cx of tau we wrote, autocorrelation Rx of tau we wrote, covariance Cx of tau we wrote. Okay, it is very simple, same expression, just use this minus mu x value, because covariance we know, right? Covariance of x if you want to find, so this property you know already. So if you want to find out this covariance of x, so covariance of x, if you want to find this expectation of x minus mu x is what we know. Okay, so in this case the expectation of this one is what? Expectation of ex of t minus mu x. Similarly the next one, ex of t plus tau, we have, let us say, minus mu x. So similar to that. So this is what we get covariance. X of t minus mu x, x of t plus tau minus mu x. So we have 2 mu x here. So minus mu x square we got. So we separate the this expectation of x of t plus tau minus expectation of mu x square. So what we can write this covariance? The covariance, if you want to write, it is very simple. Covariance, it is given by Cx of tau. This is equals to autocorrelation function Rx of t minus mu x square. Is that correct? Rx of, sorry, tau minus mu x square, because we are doing for tau, right? So it's also tau here minus mu x square. So this function, if you want to find this function, you can also find it in this way. Rx of tau. So this is your autocorrelation function. If you want to find this, you need to find the covariance of tau. Covariance of tau, if you find, along with that you need to add the, you add the mean value of it. You'll get the autocorrelation. But actually this is the standard formula. Covariance equals to autocorrelation function minus mean square. Okay, it's very simple, nothing to confuse here, very simple. What you should do is, you should know what is covariance function. Covariance is expectation of x minus mu x square. Okay, expectation of x of t minus mu x. So based on that function, you substitute minus mu x for the autocorrelation. Minus mu x here, minus mu x here for the autocorrelation. In that case, what will happen? So this will be happening like this. Now, if the mean value is 0, then autocorrelation and autocovariance are equal. That's what, right? See, that's what here, mean value is there. If this corresponding mean value, if this value is 0, let us say, then what will happen? This expression will happen as Cx of tau will be equals to Rx of tau. What is Cx of tau? Covariance. What about this one? Rx of tau is correlation. So this function mu x equals to 0, which is mean by mean value is 0, then autocorrelation function and autocorrelation function and autocovariance function, both of them are equal. Okay, so just take out this problem. You try to practice this. If you have any doubts, you please ask me. What is this problem? You can take a screenshot of this problem and just try to understand this problem. Okay, so I'll explain the problems at the end finally. Is it clear? Hello? Have you taken a screenshot of this problem? Yeah, please take the screenshot of this problem. So this was there in your assignments, it was there in your old question papers. Okay, all the way it is there. You try to find the solution of it. So I'll quickly skip this problem in the interest of time. It's simple actually. I'll explain you later. So that's about your autocorrelation. See, one thing you please do for me. Today, what I have discussed, today only you need to study for at least half an hour. Okay. So I'll share the notes to you. Whenever I share the notes by end of today, you can check it in your file section. At least read for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. How much time you can read, you read. But today only you need to read this concept, autocorrelation and cross-correlation function. Now, if you know autocorrelation, I'll tell you a small technique where you can just replace the values, you will get the answers. It's very simple. If you know, see this one carefully. What is autocorrelation? Can you tell the formula for autocorrelation? Expectation of what? X of t into x of t plus tau. Correct? Now what you should do is take eraser, erase this much. Sorry. I'll show you this. It is x, right? Take eraser and erase this much. What it became? What is this?
Y, sir.
Yeah, that's what. If you know autocorrelation, listen carefully. If you know the autocorrelation, you're writing x, right? For the next plus tau here. Now what you should do is you don't write x, right? You try to write y, because we are doing cross correlation. So when you are doing cross correlation, it's for between x and y. Okay. When it is auto correlation between x and x. So instead of x, replace this x by y. Then it becomes cross correlation. Okay. So that's what from this. You see this one here, and one more notation is what? You can write cross correlation in this way also. Like before, it is like x and x, right? We are writing only x. Now it's between x and y. Okay, x to y or y to x, we don't know. If it is x to y, you represent as rxy, which means x will come first here, and y will come second. So second here. This is a rxy. It can also write as ryx. Ryx is what? Y of t. What will happen? This one, y of t into x of t plus tau. So that's what the expression here it is. You can check that. Let us consider two random cross x of t and y of t. When we consider them together, then they are said to be jointly White's and stationary, and the cross correlation of that is given by expectation of x of t into y of t plus tau. Similarly, the other case, y of t into x of t plus tau. Is that clear? X and y are again arbitrary. You got the point?
Yes, sir.
It's very simple, yeah. So done. So next is the properties of that. It's an even function, right? Autocorrelation is even function. So this cross correlation also is even function. X to y it is tau, y to z is tau. But x to y and y to z. Okay, it is tau. Here also it is periodic. X of t is periodic, y of t is periodic. If x of t is periodic, x to y of tau equals to tau plus t sometime. Okay, if y of t is periodic, y to x it is tau plus t. Same properties. And there is something new one here. I'll explain you this one. What is this? So this one I'll tell you. The cross correlation of y and x is always less than or equals to geometric mean value. If you want to find the geometric mean value of it, so which will be always a square root of 0, Rx of 0 and Ry of 0. So it's the modulus value, which is this value is less than or equals to geometric mean. Always this Ry x of tau will be equals to the less than the geometric mean of x and y. So that's all about your cross correlation. Very simple, right? Cross correlation, autocorrelation. And one more, cross covariance. This also is very simple. What we wrote previously, x to y, x of t here and y of t, that's all. Before it is x of t plus t, y of t minus mu x minus mu y. Then instead of mu x square, what it will become? Mu x and mu y. Are you following it? So please do look at this once when I share the notes to you. Just very simple. If you have there mu x, it will become mu x square. Now it is mu x and mu y because cross correlation it is. Okay. So next, addition of random process. What is this addition of random process? We need to add those numbers. Let us say x and y we have. So x and y we have, or x and x we have. We need to add them. What is this? Let us see. X and y, or x and x. What is that? Let us check here. So we know that w of t is addition of x and y. Then the autocorrelation of this one is going to be Rw of z. I am talking about w of t only, right? Before what we wrote, see, very simple. Listen carefully. So before what we wrote, x we have. So when x you have expression, you wrote Rx of tau. If you have w, what to write? R w of tau. What is the expression of this one? Expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau. Correct? Now what about this one? Expectation of w of t into w of t plus tau. This is what it should come. Let us check what it came. Correct? Hello, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear till here, this point of time?
Can you explain
Just,
again, sir?
yeah, I'll explain you again. Just 1 second. You listen carefully. When I use the variable expression x, okay, for the x value, what is autocorrelation? Rx of tau. Correct? What is Rx of tau? What is Rx of tau? Expectation of x of t into x of t plus tau. This is what it is. Now what I am doing, asking you is, you replace the value of this x by w, is what I'm asking. Just replace blindly by w. R, wherever x is there, you write w. Tell me now. Now you tell me. You should tell me. So I should not write like this. I should not combine this box and the expectation. It is coming like this. Yeah. Now you tell me. Expectation. Tell me. Just wherever x is there, you write w. That's all I'm asking you. This is called as tau. This is called as t, time. Tell me now.
Sir, W into T.
W of t into
W of T plus tau.
That's all. See, if you are wearing a red color shirt, right? So this is your red shirt. If you are wearing a green color shirt, that's your green shirt. That's all. Okay. So you see the expression here, where w of t is x of t and y of t. You know how to find it for x of t. Based on that, we can write the autocorrelation for w of tau. Rw of tau equals to what? Expectation of w of t into w of t plus tau. Correct or not? Up to here it's clear, you tell me, that's all. Correct?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, what is W of t? What is this W of t? W of t is what? W of t, it is addition of x of t and y of t. What is the concept we are trying to do? Addition. Correct. W of t is the addition of x and y parameters. Now, can I write instead of this W of t, can I write like this? X of t plus y of t. Can I write like this? Yes, only is the answer, right? Now, t plus tau, how to write this t plus tau? It's also very simple. X of t plus tau, okay, plus y of t plus tau. Because, so W of t equals to x of t plus y of t, we know this. Now, W of t plus tau will also be equals to x of t plus tau plus y of t plus tau. Agreed? Now this W of tau will be equals to expectation of x of t into y of t. This is one bracket here and other bracket here and complete bracket here. That's what it is. Check it correct or not. Just this W of t, it became x of t plus y of t from this expression. If instead of t let us say equals to t plus tau, I'll write t plus tau here also, t plus tau here also. It's interesting.
Yes, sir.
So it's going really good. That's why I'm not stopping actually. I know that time is running out. So I'll just quickly show you what is this. This expression, you can take this. So now what is happening? It is a plus b into c plus d. Or let us say here also plus symbol I forgot, I think. Here please write plus. When I give the notes to you, right? Please take this as plus. Please note down this or else we'll go mistake me. So it is like a plus b. It's very simple. I'll just show you and I'll leave you. Sorry for taking too much time. In the interest of subject, I have taken it. Yeah, it's very simple. When you're taking a plus b into c plus d, what will happen? AC, sorry, AC plus AD plus BC plus PD. That's what. So this A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. You do that. A, B, C, D. Actually, plus is there here. Sorry. Okay, please correct it. Plus is there. Please, I'll correct it and I'll scan it next and I'll upload it. Yeah. Now it will become AC, AC. This two. AD. These two. BC. Y of t, x of t plus tau. BD. Correct. Now it's interesting. Let us go on next class. What is happening? Using the definition of autocorrelation and cross correlation. Yeah, one more. I'll just tell you. If it is x of t into x of t plus tau, what we can call it as? Rx of tau. Yes or no? If it is x of t into x of t plus tau, we call it as Rx of tau. If it is y of t into y of t plus tau, we call it as Ry of tau. If first one is x, second one is y, it's a cross correlation, Rxy of tau. If first one is y and second one is x, we call it as what? Cross correlation of that. Just a second. Hello. It's an interesting thing. Sorry, 1 second. It's an interesting thing. We'll continue in the next class. Sorry, it's almost time is up. If you want to continue, I'll continue. You don't have any class. No?
We have a
Just
class
one?
now, sir.
We have
Yeah,
class.
sorry. Yeah, one statement here. X and Y are independent. Then what will happen here in the next? We'll continue in the next class. Okay. I'm really sorry. In the interest of this concept, I have taken you so long. Yeah, fine. So thank you all. You can leave immediately. So just remind me next time when we are going ahead of time. Okay. But we are into it, so we cannot do anything. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.